All right, so I was talking about pivot tables and saying that your pivot table must follow certain rules. So this is our data. We're just going to quickly create a pivot table with our data. Remember we did this currency work here. Let me quickly get that out. Let me make either all of them just without the currencies, so it's the same. All right, when you're creating a pivot table, you need to define 4 things, really. 4 things. What are the 4 things you need to define? So if you look at this report, you need to ask yourself, in my report, what should I show? What should I show in my row of my report? Which is, what should I show in my rows of my report? What should I show in the columns of my report? What do I want to be, what items do I want to enable to filter my entire report, which is basically this thing up here. Yeah, this up here. This is going to filter your entire report. So line of business, I'll be able to filter this entire report by line of business. So question is, what do I want in my rows? Right here, I want models in my rows. What do I want in my columns? I want regions in my columns. What do I want to filter? What do I want to enable to filter my entire report? That's my report filter. And then what am I analyzing? Those are the 4 things you ask yourself. So draw your report on paper first. Once you draw your report on paper, then you'll be able to easily answer, create a pivot table. Remember, I haven't started the pivot table yet. The key thing is understand what you want, which is this report I'm looking at right now. Understand in this report what's in my rows, what's in my columns, what am I analyzing, and what report filters do I need. Once you've written that on paper, then you're ready to create your pivot table. So once I've written that on paper, I now go into my data and ensure that my data follows the 7 golden rules. Yeah, those 7 golden rules I talked about. All your data table must have only 1 row of headings, no empty columns, no empty rows, dates must be in a single column, no subtotals or totals anywhere around your data, and you shouldn't have any obstruction anywhere around your data, not typing stuff aimlessly towards the end of your data. Yeah, so those are the rules, really. Those are the golden rules for working with your data. Now, every unique item must also have its own column. For example, region is unique. I don't want to see region on top of market. Market has its own column, region has its own column, store has its own column. Now we are ready to create a pivot table. You go to insert. To create it, you go to insert, pivot or pivot table. Okay? So once you insert pivot table, it highlights the data. Can you see that? Pivot table highlights the data for you. It's already highlighting it because you have followed those rules. When you follow the rules in Excel, Excel is very easy. So click OK, and it brings out a blank slate for you for your pivot table, ready for you to create your pivot table. Remember, I told you before you create your pivot table, you must ensure that you know what report you want to create. Yeah? So understand clearly the kind of report you want to create, right? So we already knew the report we want to create. Let me remind you. The report we wanted to create is this. So I want to create this report. What's in my row? Model. What's in my column? Regions. What am I using to filter the entire report? Line of business and market. What am I analyzing? Revenue. All right? So all you do is you go back to your pivot table. You say model is in my row. Region is in my column. All you do is drag and drop. See, I'm just dragging and dropping into these buckets. What am I analyzing? Revenue. I take revenue and go to values. That's what I'm analyzing. And can you see your pivot table is just creating itself. So using pivot table is not the issue. It's understanding what you want that's the issue and knowing where to drop what. Remember, line of business was going to be our report filter. And if I remember right, I think market was also our report filter. So we've created it. Look at it. This is your pivot table. This is the total revenue and everything. Nice and clean. But what is missing? Something is missing. Look at it. Our report says we need, let's look at this report. What is this report? It's more like a percentage of, if you see 100% on here, we're saying North Central is contributing 12.41% of the total revenue for this company. So that's what we're seeing there. North Central is contributing 21.75%. Okay. Southwest is contributing 21.82%. So it's more like a percentage of total kind of thing. So all we do is come to pivot. Once you've created your pivot, there's some beautiful analysis tool available to you. All you need to do is right-click one of the figures. Once you right-click one of the figures, you go to summarize values by, or you go to show values as, or you go to show details, you remove some. There are all sorts of nice things you could do here. But the key thing is show value as. So this value I'm showing, if you see the right, it says no calculation. These are all the other analysis you can do. Different analysis, but all you want is percentage of grand total, and you see your pivot table just changes to the percentage of grand total straight away. And this is the report that we wanted. And remember, this report, you could have 1,000,000 rows and you're analyzing it in seconds with pivot table. Pivot table is extremely powerful. Thanks for watching another training video from Brown Consulting. See you in the next video.